What's going on, CEOs? It's John the CEO, and I'm back here with another financial video. Now, if this is your first time to my channel, this channel is all about making money, budgeting, saving, stock, investing. That's what I'm gonna talk about every single week. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let's get to the video. Now, today's video, I'm gonna talk about the 5 money lessons that I wish I knew in my younger 20s. Now, the first money lesson I wish I knew in my younger 20s is to invest my money. Now, when I was younger, all I knew was just having one source of income, getting my money and then spending it until I get the next check. I never had the idea of investing my money, watching it grow so I could just build more wealth. Now, if I was in my younger 20s, I would definitely look into stocks. I would look into index funds because a lot of young people do not know about stocks and index funds, or they just think it's too complicated to learn. It's too difficult. It's really not. If you really just get the basics, you'll be good. For instance, a lot of millennials, a lot of young people, they don't know that index funds usually give you a 10% return if you keep that for a long period of time. So basically what index funds are is basically the top, let's say 500 companies come together, and then you're putting money in that. You're basically betting on the market that they're going to continue to grow, continue to do well, which a lot of people, if you're just starting to invest, that might be the safest investment you can make is an index fund. I would suggest in your early 20s, if you want to get into stocks, if you want to get into the market, just do your research on index funds. You could put money in like a tech index funds, which has like Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, or you could put money in like a marijuana industry if you're into that, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna do a video about index funds in the future. But if you just starting off as a beginner, I would strongly suggest you do your research on index funds and a little bit of stocks. I know it seems scary and confusing, but when you get the basics of it, it's really not that bad. And just a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I do these YouTube videos for entertainment purposes, for learning purposes. So please just do your own research. That's all I ask. Just do your own research. But yeah, that'll be the first thing I do. I would invest my money. Now, second money lesson that I wish I knew in my early 20s is keep an eye on your credit score. Man, this one hurts because in my 20s, 21, 22, 23, 24, I'm 27 right now, and I'm just starting to look and see what my credit score is. Wow. It can definitely take a toll on you if you really procrastinate and don't take credit seriously. When you really need to get a car, or when you really need to get an apartment or a home, it's just gonna be a slap in the face because nobody's gonna want to rent to somebody with bad credit. That's why it's always on point to be on and see what your credit, check your credit score, weekly. Everyone is entitled to an annual free credit report. I use a website called Annual Credit Report, which gives you a free credit report once a year. So I would highly suggest you guys get your report, look and see what your credit is, look and see what got your credit that way, and do everything you can to fix that, just so you won't spend your life getting a co-signer or getting declined every single time because your credit is bad. I actually got a video on that. I'll leave the link in the description below. Now, the third money lesson I wish I knew in my early 20s, I'm going deep right here, is I wish I had a budget. Now, a lot of people think it's lame to have a budget in your 20s, especially you going to college. If you attend college, you going to college, you want to go out with your friends. You don't want to be a person be like, I can't go right now. I got a budget. I don't want to go to this pizza spot. I got a budget. I don't want to go out to this bar. I got a budget. I don't want to spend yada yada money. You don't want to be that guy. So I understand how people, it's hard for people to get a budget just because they don't want to be that cheap friend, But actually, in the long run, I promise you it's gonna help, because none of that stuff going to bars and pizza spots and all that stuff basically waste money. It doesn't help you in the future. It doesn't help you grow, and it's gonna actually more likely hurt you more than help you in the future. So my advice would be just get a budget, even if it's something like small and you can continue to grow it. Just get a budget. Start off trying to save your money, because that's really where wealth comes from. Lesson number 4 is have a separate savings account from your checkings account. Now, for me, I remember when I used to have my checking matched with my savings at the same bank. Every single time I would put money in my savings account and my checking account was low, I would transfer that right over, easy, no even thinking about it. I would just be like, oh, I have money in my savings. Even though I don't have money in my checkings, I still have money in my savings, so I'm just gonna transfer that. I would never have that long term. I'm gonna save this money so I can save just for emergency fund. I never even knew what emergency fund was. I didn't care. I didn't think I would deal with it with that much emergencies, or I'll just deal with it when it comes. So definitely having a separate savings account and building like emergency fund, and building a long-term savings account, a short-term savings account will be something I would definitely advise somebody in their early 20s. It's not easy to save money, especially when you know it's there and you're young and you're like, why can't I just spend this right now? I have my whole life to save. Man, it makes life a lot easier if you just know that you have a security, you know you're saving money, so if something does happen or if you want to make an expensive purchase, you have that money and you can't just look at your pockets and be like, oh man, I'm broke right now, I can't afford it. So that's what I'll do. I would have separate savings account, so you can have an emergency fund, you can have a long-term savings account, you can have a short-term savings account. And the last money tip, number 5, that I wish I knew when I was younger is having a side hustle. Now look, when I was young, all I knew was one source of income. All I knew was getting a paycheck, spending that paycheck, and then waiting until the next week to get another paycheck. It's so important to build wealth by having a side hustle, because not only do you have more than one income, you can use that side hustle for something that you really like to do, and not just your 9-to-5 job that you're just getting, or you're just at just to make money. Your side hustle, your side hustle can actually be your passion. So you can actually build your passion, make money off it, and do something you actually love in the long term, and then make that passion into 7 different sources of income. So that's why having a side hustle is so vital, so important. Not just having a regular 9-to-5. You can have your regular 9-to-5, but it's so vital because it can truly expand your wealth. So yeah, that's the 5th tip. Get a side hustle. Find something that you're really passionate about. Start in your early 20s and try to see that thing grow. Even though people aren't, if you post on social media and people aren't liking your posts, people aren't sharing it, it don't matter. If you keep on being consistent, it's gonna grow, and then they'll catch on eventually. But I would just tell you just to work on your passion, create a side hustle, and be consistent. Now, those are my 5 money lessons that I wish I knew when I was younger, but I wanted to add a bonus one just because I feel like this could potentially help a lot of people in their early 20s, or if they're 18, 19, just getting into college. The bonus lesson, money lesson that I would advise people that are 18, 19, just coming out of high school, is if you don't know what you want to do, if you want to go to college and you don't know what you want to do, try to go and see if you can go to a community college first. Get your associates, and then once you figure out what you want to do, go to a 4 university. Because with me, I had no clue what I want to do when I came out of high school. I just knew I basically had to go to college. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with college, but I knew I was going to college, though, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. So basically, I went to a private school. It cost me over $40,000 a year, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. So that got me, now I'm graduating, it got me in a lot of debt. So for a degree that I got that might not be what I'm passionate about, and I know a lot of people deal with this. They just pick any major, and they don't even know if they're passionate about. And then they end up switching their major. So what they learn is kind of like a waste, because they switch their major in like 2 years. So if you don't know what you want to do and you're just coming out of high school, I'd advise you try to go to a community college, see what you like, play around with different majors, get your associates, and then once you're done with that, you can spend your last 2 years at a foreign university. And I know it's fun, you know, going to a foreign university, and you don't want to go to community college because you're college is supposed to be a fun experience. You're supposed to find new friends. You don't want to go to community college and come back home. It's just, you don't feel like you're getting the full experience. And that's probably one of the biggest things that people don't want to go to community college, because you don't get the full experience of being in college. But trust me, if you don't know what you want to do, I would strongly advise you just go to community college, see what you like, and even if it doesn't take 2 years, you don't have to get your associates, but see what you like, spend it for a year. If you know what you want to do, then go to the foreign university and get your degree in that. That's it, guys. Those are my 5 money lessons I wish I knew when I was younger, plus a bonus. If you like this video, please press a like, comment down below, and tell me what you guys want to hear more about. I know I'm going to do a video about index funds in the future. If you like that, let me know in the comments below. Or if you want to hear something else, let me know in the comments. Or if you have any critique, let me know in the comments. And if you haven't before, click that subscribe button. I drop weekly videos 2 or 3 times a week. So stay tuned, and that's it, and I'm out.